Next, we have caesuras and enjambment. Caesuras are pauses or purposeful pauses within a poem. These can occur anywhere within the line. Sometimes it's created by a comma, by a period, anything that causes you to stop. We look at this example. My heart aches, and a drowsy numbness pains my sense, as though of hemlock I had drunk. So we look at these pauses and how do they enhance the poem. First, my heart aches and it stops there. You get that pause and it's like you feel that ache. And a drowsy numbness pains my sense. Okay, so it's like we're stopping, we're pausing, we're feeling this. Okay, so these caesuras are being used to enhance that message. And then enjambment is when the phrase continues past the line with no end stop. Then when we start writing poems, we often end with those end stops. You think of, I went about my day in haste and didn't realize the waste. Okay, we're ending purposely with these end stops. Enjambment is when it just continues on. We can see this in the previous lines. And a drowsy numbness pains my sense. Okay, so normally an amateur poet would end with my sense and then continue on. But we might be using enjambment to maintain our meter or to maintain a rhyme without making it sound so sing-songy like we get with those rhymes sometimes. We want to notice how people use caesuras and enjambment in order to kind of fulfill their message here or correlate with the message. Let's then look at rhyme. So we know what rhyme is. It's that repetition of sounds between two or more words. An example I have in here, love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Okay, so here we see those end stops that we are talking about earlier, and we see mind and blind are the rhyming words here. Slant rhymes are rhymes that aren't exactly working or exactly the same sounds, but they're close. Think of the word orange. Everybody says there's no rhyme to orange, or at least no natural rhymes, but there are slant rhymes like door hinge, 4 inch. Any of these could be slant rhymes for orange. We look at this next stanza here. Though earth and moon were gone, and suns and universes ceased to be, and thou were left alone, every existence would exist in thee. So we do have a natural rhyme in be and thee, but we get that slant rhyme with gone and alone. Okay, and so one reason we might use a slant rhyme or a poet might use a slant rhyme if the rhyme is not working or we're choosing words that really don't help the poem or disadvantage, we might use a slant rhyme instead. Next, we're going to look at three form poems. There are many different types of form poems. Some that you might be familiar with are sonnets, limericks, haikus, and others might be more obscure to you, like sestinas, ballads, and villanelles. So we're going to look at three specifically. We're going to look at the sonnet, we're going to look at the villanelle, and the sestina.